Brian, how do we suppress the truth? I believe in science. Right, I believe in science as well. It's a real vague statement. I'm gonna go ahead and let you up though. All right.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. So, do we just not believe in evolution here, or?
No, well, I wonder what evolution had to do with that, with my prompt. But even before that, it depends on what you mean by evolution. Evolution is a very vague word. Most people just say it means change over time. If that's what you mean by it, then
Hmm.
of
Yeah,
course
I
I
mean,
think so.
I'm just meant in the way that we pretty much evolved from a little tadpole.
Right? Yeah, that's religious.
Oh, really? How was the origin of that religious?
You said what?
How was the origin of evolution religious?
Yeah, because it's an origin story. It's something that no one saw, that nobody was there to see, that somebody and it's an origin story about how people came to be. There's no way you could actually know that for certain, and so it takes a lot of faith. You have to presuppose naturalism, which is the idea that somehow the cosmic evolution can happen, which is like just this energy ball that no one knows where it came from, but somehow just explodes and expands. No one knows how it started, where it came from. It just expanded. And then the energy that comes off of it starts cooling down and starts making all these very highly complex planets with all these different compositions and these things that are almost magical, like gravity and ozones that protect it from certain things, and concentrated so highly that it even starts forming things like DNA, which is highly specified information that blows the mind of even the most intelligent computer engineers that we've ever seen. And so, if you want to believe that all that just came randomly, and you have no idea what caused it, how it started, or anything, that's as religious as you can get. Now you're free to believe that, but there's no way to prove it. If you want to say that we have evidence for it, you have to also understand the philosophical position that evidence itself has to be interpreted. Evidence doesn't speak for itself. You have to look at evidence and then interpret it, and you have to have prior beliefs about reality before you start interpreting evidence. And so, one of those beliefs that you bring to the table is the religious idea of naturalism, because naturalism is religious. It's just as supernatural as you can get, because it breaks all the laws of science that we have today. The idea of inflation is supernatural. Inflation is talking about things moving faster than the speed of light. We've never seen anything move faster than the speed of light, so that breaks the laws of nature. Therefore, it's supernatural. It goes beyond what we have recorded in nature. So it's anti-scientific. Same thing with life. The law of biogenesis is a settled law. But then they talk about abiogenesis, which has never been proven or seen. That is breaking a law of nature. That is supernatural. So all these things are supernatural beliefs, and therefore, this is the atheist god of naturalism.
What about when they, dig up these fossils of this human life that existed before us, and they determine how they were able to evolve from then?
Right. Like just digging up bones and lining them up is not science. And so so just us as creations, we have different ways how we explain the reason why we have things like what you would call a hominoid or something like that. But all of them will fall into either one of two categories. It's either some kind of extinct ape or some kind of extinct human. And so, once you read the Genesis story, you will read that man have not always been the same. There was a time where man lived a lot longer. There was something very different about us genetically, And when you look at things like Neanderthal, which now all scientists say just were humans, Neanderthal actually had bigger brains, they were stronger, they were faster, there were even some footprints, and they were able to see the indention. And, I don't know how accurate the science is, but they said they probably were able to run like 30 or 40 miles per hour. Like they would probably be able to pick up a modern human today and flick them through a field goal, so they were way stronger. They had bigger brains and all these type of things. So when we look back and we see what you call, people that evolved into humans, I see two different classifications. I see extinct forms of apes, like if you look at Lucy, like Lucy was like 4 foot tall, like I don't even think she was quite 4 foot, really small, and she was just some kind of extinct form of ape. And the more they're finding that. So you have extinct forms of ape that they find, and they have some that were just jumbled up bones of, some that were complete hoaxes, like Nebraska Man, and there's a couple more hoaxes that have been found out too. Nebraska Man was nothing but a tooth. King Man was also a fake. So there's been many fakes found, but they're all going to fall into either one or two categories. Some kind of extinct ape or an extinct breed of human. Neanderthal is just like many other types of humans that we have today. We have European humans, you have African humans. And when you look at different people from different parts of the globe, you're going to see different bone structures, different sizes, different shapes. You have pygmy humans, you have all kinds of different humans all around the world. And some of them are actually, some people are deformed because of some kind of genetic diseases. Some are deformed because of inbreeding, all kinds of different reasons. And when you suppress these groups into small groups and they begin breeding together, you could have something that may look like some kind of ape or something, but it's really just deformity and genetic degeneration.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't have much for that, but you definitely did pick my brain with evolution being religious. I don't look at it that way, but I can definitely, yeah, you definitely picked my brain about it. So
I
appreciate you.
appreciate it.
And thanks for having me on here.
Yep, I appreciate your honesty as well, man.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yeah, and just keep these things in mind and just remember that God is real, but that means that also Satan is real. And one of the lies that he likes to push is any kind of origin story that will lead people away from him. And so when people begin to believe that we just kind of snuck out the slime or just popped out of nowhere, it's very attractive to people. Very attractive. So it's taken over about like swarms. It's a way that people can get rid of God. So remember, God is real, but so is Satan. And Satan is not stupid. He's very smart.